What's up, guys? So this is going to be the first video in a long line of videos that have to do with Superman, and this is going to be Action Comics issue number 1051. 1051. That's a lot of issues. So basically what I wanted to do is start off with talking about the covers first. I'm not going to go over every single cover. There's kind of a lot of them, but I did want to talk about a few that I liked. So this one here is one with Metallo. I like the art, even though for me, I'm not an artist, right? So Superman's face does look a little but I'm not an artist again, so I don't know if that was difficult to draw or easy or whatever, but I do like how this looks overall. Kind of reminds me of like a robot sent from the future to kill John Connor. So this is cool. Not my favorite cover, but it is still a good one. This cover here I really like though. Superman looks cool. Like I like the shading, like how part of his body is kind of shaded in the dark. You see the black on his skin and on his suit, and how he's carrying those people away from that explosion behind him. This could be my favorite cover. This could be if there wasn't a different cover with certain character on it that I don't like as much as Superman, but pretty up there, So next we have this cover. This cover was actually pretty cool. Okay, the costumes of the characters. I'm not the biggest fan of how all the characters look in these costumes, but I'll probably talk about that in another video. But the art here I really like. I like how Natasha Irons looks in here. Like she has the hood and the black and red, the Superman, well, kind of Superman colors. Doesn't really wear black, but the S shield and everything. It's cool. I like the electric. It looks like an electric blue Superman reference there. The twins. These are new characters. I'm going to talk about these characters too sometime, but I do like the art. I like how they have. It looks like they're braided. It's good. It's good. This cover here is cool because it's Power Girl. I mean, Power Girl. Like, what am I going to say? Everything with Power Girl I love. So if it's Power Girl, then I'm gonna like the cover. 90% of the time, no matter how good or bad the cover is, just because it's Power Girl, I'm gonna say I like the cover. But anyways, this is cool. I would like it if there was I would like it more if there was like a background or something. But this is a cool cover. I like how she's wearing her classic costume, not the new 52 costume. Even though the new 52 one was okay, but this is the Power Girl costume. Love it. Karen Starr. This one, my favorite cover of. This is my favorite cover of this. Well, for this issue. Look at her. Look. Come on now. Look at her eyes. Look at perfection. I'm sorry if you don't agree. That's you, but me. This is how I feel. I just like it. Nothing's gonna change my mind. I really like this. I don't know who drew it. I probably should have looked that up. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll find out after. But I do like this. I don't know. I could stare at this one all day, but we're not going to. Next, we have another Power Girl cover. Ooh, okay. This is cool. I don't know, because this doesn't happen in the issue. So, and I've noticed that a lot with these comic book covers, like the things that happen on the cover. Most of the time is not what is happening in the issue. So it's still cool. She's fighting. Well, she looks like she beat up a bunch of demons and she's just sitting there trying to hitchhike. I mean, if I was driving by, I would have definitely stopped and been like, yeah, all right, yeah, let's go. Even though she doesn't have to, she can fly, right? So, but cool cover. I like the art. It looks detailed. Honestly, I just can't get enough of comic book art. I really can't. Anyways, we have the cover that is pretty much the main cover, I guess you would say. Really like this cover, even though, again, I'm not a fan of some of the costumes, and I'll talk about that in another video. But this cover's cool. I like Superman. He's at the forefront. Superman, my favorite superhero. He's legit my favorite superhero of all time. Him and Batman, they're kind of interchangeable, right? So him here in his classic costume, none of that other garbage. It's cool. I like that we get to see everyone in the Superman family. We're missing Superwoman Lana Lang. That's something from, I know this was a while ago, maybe a few years or whatever, but DC Rebirth, Lana Lang's Superwoman. I wish she was here. I really do. And honestly, maybe they should have thrown Power Girl in the cover too, but maybe they didn't want to because she's not really with them right now. Even though, like I said before, things on covers, what they show on the covers of these comics isn't really, necessarily what is happening in the book. But still, I do like the cover. It shows, the Superman family, even though one of these characters I really wish just did not exist. And then another character, I'm like, okay, I don't really care one way or the other. I haven't really read that character. But one of these characters just has to go, and I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. And if you don't, it's okay. You'll find out eventually. Anyways, good covers. I really like them. Um, this is actually my first time reading Action Comics since when? What was the last Action Comics issue I read? I think it was whichever one. Hmm, we see Jonathan Kent being tortured. Was that the last one? I don't know. One of those issues. One of those issues where I kind of like completely dropped Action Comics. I was like, yeah, I'm done. So it's been a long time. So I'm just back here because this is supposed to be kind of like a relaunch, like another DC Rebirth type thing. Even though I don't think this will be as good as DC Rebirth. We'll see. We'll see. Because DC Rebirth, like for me, I loved it. So we'll see here. Anyways, so we start the comic, we're at the Daily Planet. I really like, well, we see the Daily Planet, but I really like the art in this book. You have people peacefully protesting. They're peacefully protesting, guys. They're peacefully protesting. And you have sides that don't want, the aliens from War World. And I did read that, by the way. Maybe I'll talk about that, who knows. And then you have another side who do want them, like, let them come. And then, there are two separate sides peacefully protesting with the police in the middle. This is something that you would expect in a Superman book, right? Yeah. So anyways, one of these guys looks like they're going to put, well, a lot of guys, they're pulling out weapons. So they're bringing out guns, and you have other guys like driving a car full of explosives towards a crowd. And of course, the police are there, and they're like, oh, we can't do anything because it's a car full of explosives being driven directly at them. And then you see this just, like, it's colored red, a streak, basically a streak of color. And it's obviously Superman or one of them, right? And the whole car just like gets taken apart or kind of disintegrates / taken apart. It's cool. And the guy just has a chair and a steering wheel, and he just goes flying. It is really cool, guys. This is something that I love about comics, like the visualization of what's going on. Like, you can, books are good, books are fine, but comics, guys, comics. Anyways, so basically the car gets thrown up into the sky, and it explodes, right? And the men, that were in the car, they're fine. Superman is carrying them, and then behind Superman you see the Superman family. And I really want Lana Lang to be here. Oh my, what, like, okay. Anyways, you have Steel, you have everyone. You have everyone that should be there, and then you have one person that really shouldn't be there. Is all I'm gonna say. But I really like the art again. Really nice. And of course the crowd, they're really happy. They're like, Superman, dude, Superman, you're back. Like, what's up, dude? Like, you're back. And this is how it should be. Because, in the DC universe, Superman was like, he was like the first, the greatest of heroes, and he inspires everyone. So it makes sense that everyone would be happy to see him. You're not going to have people saying, oh, well, if someone has all that power, if there's even a 1% chance, there's a 1% chance, and we have to take it as an absolute. Like, no, there's none of that garbage. And then also, we have a guy here, right? And it's Metallo. So Metallo is there, and it looks like he wants to kill Superman, because why else would Metallo be there? But anyway, Kid sees him. Metallo kind of teleports out of there. He goes back to his base, it seems like. It was set up by Luthor, most likely, right? And Luther wants Metallo to kill Superman, and Metallo's more worried about fixing his face because he has like a new body that Luther got for him, pretty much, and but the face isn't really looking too good to Metallo anyway. He's saying that people could notice that he's not all there, and Luther's kind of getting impatient. He's like, "Look, what's going on? I have your sister. Do you remember? Like, let's kill Superman." And Metallo's like, "All right, I'll do it tomorrow." But this is cool. Like, we get to see the Superman family just relaxing, and it's something I really enjoy. You have all the characters there. Lois, you have John Irons, Natasha Irons, even Keelix, right? Is that Keelix or is that a different? I don't know. They always, I don't know. But anyway, you have like the Kryptonian robot thing. I'm just gonna call it Keelix until I'm corrected. Anyways, you have the twins. You have Superboy. They're having a good time playing video games, playing cards. Even Crypto's there. But anyways, the twins, they actually end up getting their costume here, their superhero costumes in this issue, which is cool. They're given to them, and they're really excited. Of course, Superman, he's giving a speech, a typical Superman speech, like of hope, and I like it. And I really like how they all really do seem like a family. It's something I really enjoy. Honestly, I really thought I would be complaining about the issue, but I can't really find anything to complain about yet. It's solid. I like the art. I like everything that is going on in it. And another thing, seeing the twins get their costumes and seeing how happy they are, because these kids, they're from Warworld. They were trapped. I believe they're called Phalasians. They're relative to the Kryptonians, if I'm not mistaken. I'll learn all that. Don't worry. But anyways, they get their suits. They're really happy. Supergirl's with them. Lois is with them. Everyone's really happy. We have some dialogue between the characters, and it all feels natural. Nothing feels out of place, which I do like. But anyways, we kind of fast forward to tomorrow, the next day, right? And they go to this place this building that is called the Steelworks Tower, and it's supposed to be funded, well, I guess overseen by Steel, aka John Henry Irons. And it's basically that they want to help make the world a better place using the technology within that facility, right? We have John Henry getting ready to give a speech. He's really happy, but remember, Metallo said he would show up to kill Superman, right? So you have Metallo infiltrating the tower, like high up, and you have security guards telling him, like, wait, hey dude, sir, buddy, you're not supposed to be up here, but we can take you to the ceremony. It's on the main hall. It's down in the main entrance. You want to come with us? And then Metallo just deletes them. He just deletes them. They're yeeted. They're done. They're not alive. They are unalived, which is, of course, Metallo. It's a thing he would do. Anyways, Superboy notices this, and he flies up there, and it actually is Connor. So he flies up there. Supergirl's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, yeah, well, don't worry. I'm gonna go check something out. I don't know why he wouldn't just tell her, like, hey, I think I saw something up there. You want to come with me? But anyway, he goes up there. He gets blindsided by Metallo, the kryptonite, so he can't really do anything, right? But anyways, Steel is about to give his speech. Well, he is giving his speech, and there's a huge explosion, and Superman yells, like, okay, in his Clark Kent suit, he literally says, everyone get away from the building. That's like, okay, dude, you're taking off your suit and your shirt, and you're right in the middle of the crowd. I'm pretty sure someone had to have seen this man change his clothes into a Superman suit. Like, I mean, come on now. I was like, really? Because he's yelling it. He's telling everyone to get clear while he's changing into Superman, and he's wearing he's Clark Kent. Like, everyone's in view of him. So I'm like, how did no one, whatever. Anyways, there's a huge explosion. Everyone flies up. Like, you have the Chinese Superman. I don't know his name. Oh, Kenan, something like that. I haven't read him. But anyways, he goes up there. You have Supergirl going up there. It's cool. They try to stop the debris from the building, so it doesn't squash the crowd on the ground, right? Anyways, Superman, of course, he's giving his usual, we can do this, I've got this. And then, oh, who shows up? It's Metallo. Yeah, like it is cool because Metallo, he's holding Superboy by the throat pretty much on his suit. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, Superman. And he has the kryptonite just glowing, and his skin is like kind of peeling off. It's cool. The art again, I love the art. But it was great, and we're gonna find out what happens next in the next issue. Now, okay, so these comics, like something that I've noticed that they've been doing recently is they have the main story and then they have another story, and it's like, no, I don't like that. Okay, I'll be honest. Like if you like it, it's okay, it's fine. But me, I just want the main story, and then if there's like they have other side stories like what we're gonna talk about. They have one in here with Power Girl and another one with John Kent. Just make another comic. Just give it, just have another comic series, like a mini series or something. Don't, because that kind of, for me anyway, it takes away from the main story, because all these extra pages and panels you're using for these side stories, you literally could have just put in the rest of what was going on. Like we could have seen what happened with Metallo after, like we could have seen that. But no, they want to put in other stories. So I mean, it's like, okay. And then the price for these, the price is, we'll talk about the price some other time. But it's like, no. So that's something I don't like. I wish they could have just put it all in, one comic issue, and then the other stories they have separate comics. But just whatever, they're doing it, so we have to live with it. Well, I have to, right? It doesn't kill it for me, but it's still like, I wish I could have seen the continuation of the main story. Anyways, I'm excited for the next issue. I really am. I actually am. And most of the time it wouldn't be the case, because I'm still, I know it's been like a little while, but I'm still getting over the fact of what they did in DC Rebirth, because Rebirth, I loved Rebirth so much, and just but we'll see what's going on with this. Anyways, pretty good. I like the story. Anyways, we go on to the first story, well, the first side story, right? This one is like a flashback. So this is before John Kent got taken by his grandfather, right? This is before that. This is back in time, like the Lois and Clark comic time, because John is a kid again. This is cool because this is the John that we want. Like, I'm sorry, this is the John. So it's cool. It's great seeing him, especially now. Like I get to read this, and then I saw the a Battle of the Super Sons animated movie. So it's kind of like like ice cream. Like this is what I want. I don't want salad. Give me ice cream. Like, you understand? Ice cream. So this was nice seeing him again. It's like a flashback. They're taking John to the farmhouse, and it's really cool because it looks like they haven't been here for a while. And remember, I haven't read everything. Like, there are gaps in my knowledge when it comes to this area of the timeline, so forgive me. But they're at the farmhouse, and Jonathan's excited and everything, and Superman is wearing his old black suit, where the one he was wearing when he first when him and Lois first came to this world, right? When they first came to this earth. It's nice. It's just nice seeing them as a family again. This takes me back to the Rebirth era, and I know I keep talking about Rebirth, but it's like, I'm sorry, like, we're gonna keep talking about Rebirth, because Rebirth was some of the best stuff, like Superman wise, some of the best stuff in a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anyways, this is great. Seeing the family dynamic between the characters, Lois. I swear, Superman and Lois, they're such a good couple. Like, they really are. Anyways, we come to find out that there's a piece of Doomsday. Now, it's like maybe one of his bone or something, just a piece of Doomsday. It's missing, right? Because Batman is on the phone with Superman, and he's telling him, like, yeah, it's missing. It's a shard of Doomsday's bone. We don't know what happened. So basically, there was this creature that kind of formed itself from that shard, and it was called Doombreaker. I haven't read that story, but it was just in It was in a classic issue, or I guess a anniversary issue, right? And I don't know anything about Doombreaker, so I really don't. Anyways, a shard of that bone is missing, right? And Batman's like, yeah, I'm just trying to let you know, but be on the lookout. We don't know what's going on. I don't know. Villains, who knows? But we come to find out that it's Jonathan. He's the one that took it. And he took it. And I'm sitting here like, wait, how did he even, like, okay, supposedly this is very dangerous. I mean, it's a part of Doomsday, so it is dangerous because we had Doombreaker, right? So how did he even manage to steal it? Well, you're wondering how he managed to steal it, and well, you find out because literally next panel, next page, we see that it's just laying there, and it's like, no one saw that. Like, hello. But anyway, the art in this side story, I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling it as much as the art in the main story, but it was alright. It's just whatever. It's not my thing. Someone else probably loves it. Me, I'm just like, okay. Anyways, there's like a comet or something that crashes on Earth, and it turns out to be a little shuttle or like a tiny little spaceship, and a character, like some girl, comes out of it, and Jonathan meets her because he wants to go investigate. Now, for me, I'm wondering, how did Superman and Lois, well, more so Superman, how did he not notice this thing, but John did? But anyways, John goes over there, meets with the girl. She calls him cute. And me, I don't know who she is. For a split second, I thought it was Saturn Girl, but I was like, no, it can't be. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. And after a second glance, she looks nothing, kind of nothing like Saturn Girl. Anyways, don't know who this is. Maybe she showed up before, and I just don't know. So I am interested, but I was more so excited to see the Superman family, as in Superman, Lois, and young John Kent. I swear, making this kid, like, doing what they did with his character, it's blasphemy. It's not good. But I really liked seeing him again. This is how he was supposed to be. This is how he's meant to be. This is how he should be right now, But good story. I am excited for the next one. We'll see what happens, right? So next we have the final side story. So for me, I should have liked this as much as the main story, but I didn't. And it's really sad because, again, everything that has to do with Power Girl, it's just automatic for me. Like, it's a yes. Like, everything, it's a yes. But here, I wasn't really, I don't know. So, if you didn't know, Power Girl is now psychic. She has psychic abilities, right? And it's basically because of the Lazarus effect. The particles from the volcano eruption kind of like spread all over the world. This is a whole other arc that I did not read. Remember, I haven't read anything. But anyways, these particles, collided with Power Girl, and it's colliding with a lot of other humans around the world, giving them different abilities. So I guess it hit Power Girl, and now she's a psychic. And she's with Omen. Omen's one of the Titans. And her and Omen are kind of meditating. Omen's trying to show Power Girl how to use her abilities, or trying to help Power Girl discover the extent of her new powers. On top of, she's already she has the Kryptonian powers, so now she has these psychic powers. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I wasn't too into this, but it was all right so far anyway, until we get to a certain part, right? So the writing was cool. It was all right. I liked it. The thing here is we get a little, I don't know. We get a little change to Power Girl's costume. It's kind of reminiscent to one of her older costumes from, I think, maybe the 80s or no, 90s? Where it's like a full bodysuit with the window, and they throw in a jacket and everything. So I guess it's like, okay, it still can't, you can't beat that iconic Power Girl. You just can't do it. That's why I'm like, don't try to change. You can't change it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But anyway, costume is okay. I think I would like it more if the art was different, Again, the art for this one, I'm not really digging it too much, but yeah, maybe you are, but I'm not. So this is something here that I didn't really like. We have Nightwing and Beast Boy show up, and this whole story right here was giving me vibes from the Heroes in Crisis arc, which happened a few years ago, which I did not like. And basically, it's like a superhero therapy, like therapy for superheroes that go through traumatic events in the DC universe. And it's like it just didn't belong. And if you think it does, it really doesn't. And maybe I'll do a video, or maybe someone already has and I don't have to, but it just doesn't fit with the DC universe. Like this is something that you would see in Marvel, right? So them all of a sudden having Beast Boys, he's so depressed. This dude, something so bad, so terrible happened to him that he just decided to stay in animal form, and he's so torn up and broken up that he has to see the therapist. And it's like, no. No, don't do that. It just doesn't belong in DC universe. In my opinion, this isn't Marvel. This isn't My Hero Academia. Just stop. The superheroes in this universe are different from superheroes in the Marvel universe, correct? If they did this in Marvel, I'm pretty sure they already did something similar to where they have therapists for superheroes. Then it's fine, because those type of superheroes are different than the superheroes in the DC universe, which is a whole other topic. Anyways, Power Girl goes into Beast Boy's mind to try to, figure out what the issue is, and she battles a bunch of different animal forms from Beast Boy in his subconscious or whatever. And it's interesting, but still, just the premise I don't like. I just don't like the premise. But the action was nice. We get to the root of the issue and everything. Power Girl helps Beast Boy, and honestly, this was also reminding me of Young Justice, where Beast Boy is just okay. Anyways, we get to the root of the issue. Power Girl kind of helps, and it's cool because Power Girl uses her abilities, her psychic abilities. It's not really Omen that does much. Omen's more so coaching Power Girl through it. And it's like, if Power Girl just got these abilities, she hasn't had them for too long, wouldn't it be safer for Omen to go in there and help him? Not Power Girl who's learning, barely learning how to use these abilities. I just think it could hurt. It could do more harm than good, right? Anyways, Beast Boy, he decides to turn back into an animal, and he's so broken up. He's so broken up. And I'm pretty sure next issue we're gonna be coaching Beast Boy, oh, it's okay. You've been through a dramatic experience. No, we don't need that in these superhero stories. I'm talking about DC, Marvel, whatever. DC, no. But I think this was the weakest one. You know what they should do for Power Girl? Give Power Girl back to, I believe it's Amanda Connor. She can do Power Girl, because everything I've read that had to do with Power Girl that she's been over, I've loved it. This was okay. She seemed like she was in character. I just wasn't really digging the story, Anyways, the issue overall, I enjoyed. I'll give it, if I'm counting all 3 stories, I'll give it maybe an 8. If this whole thing was nothing but the Superman family, and then the other Superman family, the original Superman family, technically, I guess not really original, but with the, Kid John, those 2 stories, this would probably get a 9. But no, this gets an 8. It's the Power Girl story. It's the weak link, sadly, but what can you do? Maybe in the future, it won't be like that. It's just me, guys. The whole Heroes in Crisis type thing. No. Anyways, this was great. I really do enjoy Superman. You guys have no idea. I'm going to be starting Superman from the beginning soon here, and I mean that, from the beginning, technically, from the 80s. So this was good. Better than I thought it would be. I'm gonna definitely keep on reading and talking about the rest of these issues, but don't worry, be on the lookout for Superman Man of Steel. I'm starting from the 80s. I'm starting from the beginning of Superman, modern Superman, because it's just something that needs to be done. People don't know about the character. They really don't. You'll see. Watch. You're gonna like what I do in the future. Anyways, this was enjoyable. What did you think? What do you think of the characters in this issue? Do you like them? Like, do you like seeing all the Superman family together? Did you want to see Superwoman, aka Lana Lang, in there, like I did? I mean, even though I'm probably the only person that read the Superwoman series from Rebirth, let's be honest, it was probably just me and like 10 other people. Anyways, good issue. Can't wait for the next one. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you all later.